The girl picked up the chicken leg in front of her, then she brushed aside her hair and extended the meat toward the back of her head. In just a few seconds, the chicken leg was completely eaten. This is a magical orphanage. Each child here possesses a special ability. For example, this girl can heat up anything. This girl can make plants grow rapidly. This girl's body is incredibly light. When she removes her specially designed iron shoes, she can fly straight into the sky. They all live together in a castle set in a time loop. The loop continuously repeats September 3rd, 1943. Miss Pei is the owner of the castle. She has the ability to control time and can shift freely between being a time bird and a human. Miss Pei's castle exists to protect these special children. It prevents them from being hunted and killed by giant man-eating monsters. These monsters were once humans. They captured a time bird in hopes of achieving immortality, but the experiment failed. Instead of gaining immortality, they transformed into transparent monsters. The only way for them to temporarily revert to human form is by eating the eyeballs of those with special abilities. Because the invisible man-eating monsters are extremely dangerous, the children with powers had to hide within the time loop. That is, until Eddie came along. He could see the monsters. So, he left the castle and began hunting the man-eating monsters. 50 years later, Eddie not only got married and had children, but also had a grandson, Jack. Eddie would tell Jack stories about Miss Pei's castle as bedtime tales. Young Jack believed all of this was real, but his father thought Eddie was just making things up. As Jack grew older, he began to agree with his father's view. That is, until one day, Jack went to visit his grandfather, who lived alone. His grandfather told him that it was dangerous and not to come. Jack didn't pay much attention to it. But when Jack arrived, he discovered that his grandfather's eyes were missing. Before he died, Eddie told Jack to go to Miss Pei's castle. That's where all the answers to his questions could be found. Jack explained the situation to his parents, and then he went to the small island his grandfather had mentioned, but the castle had already become a ruin. Jack entered the castle. Suddenly, a few strange children appeared and scared him. In his attempt to run, Jack tripped and knocked himself unconscious. When Jack woke up, he found that the people in front of him were all familiar. They had all appeared in the stories his grandfather told him. They took Jack into the time corridor where Miss Pei had crossed back to 1943. Jack arrived at the castle. He finally met Miss Pei. There were many people with special abilities here. He also made many new friends. He had a truly happy day in the castle, but he didn't belong here. Eventually, he had to return to the outside world. Before leaving, Miss Pei let Jack experience the miracle of time resetting. Everyone put on their gas masks. The sky was filled with German fighter planes roaring by. Miss Pei glanced at her watch. The time was almost up.